Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. Being in a long-term relationship with a woman is about coexisting on a practical level with someone you can tolerate. In a good long-term relationship, both couples thrive because of each other. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. For men, the best value woman is a feminine, cooperative, peaceful, submissive, and devoted woman with an absence of sexual experience. The most fulfilling relationship will be one where you take the lead and she is happy to let you. Religious text offers several passages that reflect this wisdom. One such passage is in the Qur'an, An-Nisa, Surah 4, verse 34. Men are in charge of women, because Allah has made one of them stronger than the other, and because they spend their property for the support of women. So good women are devoutly obedient, guarding in the husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. Also, from the Bible, the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verses 22 to 26. Wives, submit yourselves to your husbands, as you do to the Lord. For the husband is head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body of which he is the Saviour. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also should wives submit to their husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. And from 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 11 to 12. A woman should learn in quietness and full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or have authority over a man. She must be silent. This arrangement represents the most peaceful way to live with a woman, and the women that are able to submit to your masculine leadership are the women that will offer you the most happiness. Again, the Bible offers some additional thoughts on women who struggle to submit and are overly combative. From Proverbs chapter 19, verse 13, a quarrelsome wife is like the constant dripping of a leaky roof. And from Proverbs chapter 25, verse 24, it is better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome wife. I find it interesting that relationships between men and women have changed for the worst over the last 50 years. We are neglecting the wisdom of religious texts that have been the foundation responsible for building the entirety of modern society. Even if you don't believe in religion, you can't deny the relevance and wisdom that some of these passages teach. To repeat, the most fulfilling relationship will be one where you take the lead and she is happy to let you. This will yield the most happiness for both men and women. Before you go jumping into a long-term relationship, you need to do the following. Be single for at least 6 months to ensure clarity of mind before entering into a relationship. It also ensures that you've properly mourned and allowed time for emotional wounds and issues stemming from the previous relationship to heal. Be seeing multiple girls during this 6-month period to ensure that you have perspective on what you deem valuable in a woman. Having several girls operating in your frame will also mean that you only want to stop what you are doing for a quality woman. Test your suitor for red flags. Refer back to episode 44 for more details. Ensure your suitor has genuine burning sexual desire for you. If you have been intimate with her, this one is easy to test for. A woman with genuine burning desire will never decline sex when you want it. Ensure that your suitor has an equal but opposite polarity of sexual essence. Masculine men are attracted to feminine energy, and feminine men are attracted to masculine energy. You emit sexual energy somewhere on the spectrum between masculine and feminine, and your woman should be the equal but opposite essence on the spectrum. You will know when a woman's sexual essence is compatible with yours because she will emit an energy that makes you go crazy inside. For an in-depth exposure into masculine and feminine energy, refer back to episode 36. If you are interested in a particular woman who is less interested in you than you are with her, then you are displaying your feminine side of your energy stronger than she is, and hence she will display her masculine side of her energy. If you are a masculine man seeking a feminine woman, this dynamic immediately disqualifies you from a satisfying relationship with her. Cut your losses and move on from her immediately. Understand that if you get into a long-term relationship with a woman, you are still exposing yourself to losing more than half your assets through divorce. Be aware of the laws in your governing body. Some places stipulate that a common law marriage or de facto relationship be treated the same as a marriage for the purpose of dividing assets upon a separation. As a male, make sure you are aware of the risk you are taking engaging in a long-term relationship with a woman. See episode 22 for other tips on prenuptial agreements. All the information in today's episode does not guarantee that your relationship will go the distance. You cannot predict with any degree of accuracy how a woman's feelings will change over time. Life can throw you many curveballs. Having said this, following the strategy laid out for you in today's episode will give you the best foundation to build a relationship on and will give you the best chance of your relationship going the distance. Understand that just because you have a good foundation does not prevent you from building a piece of shit on that foundation. If you erect a shit build, it will require high levels of maintenance. You may need to demolish the house and build a new one entirely on another block of land. You must build the best house you can then, on the best foundation that you can find. Understand that the building never stops. You always need to be working on it. You always need to be working on yourself. You must continue to demonstrate your worth to a woman in order to negate her hypergamy. Stay on top of keeping her bad habits that piss you off in check. Do not let her walk all over you. You must never change the balance of your sexual essence either. And you must continue to do what you did in the beginning that initially attracted her. As a man, the burden of performance is on you. If you slack on this, then over time, things will change, and before you realise it, your relationship may reach an irrecoverable position. I'll leave you with an abridged final thought from Ayn Rand's magnum opus Atlas Shrugged. A man's sexual choice is the result and sum of his fundamental convictions. Tell me what a man finds sexually attractive, and I will tell you his entire philosophy on life. Show me the woman he sleeps with, and I will tell you his valuation of himself. He will always be attracted to the woman who reflects his deepest vision of himself. The man who is proudly certain of his own value will want the highest type of woman he can find, the woman he admires, because only the possession of a heroine will give him the sense of an achievement, not the possession of a brainless slut. On the other hand, the man who is convinced of his own worthlessness will be drawn to a woman he despises, because she will reflect his own secret self. She will release him from that objective reality in which he is a fraud. She will give him a momentary illusion of his own value and a momentary escape from the moral code that damns him. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 51, I'll discuss frame control. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.